Let's go over the two frogs. Let's go over the two frogs. Who wants to feel their hip adductors working, their inner thighs working? Do we have volunteers for inner thighs? Volunteers for inner thighs. Stacy, you want to feel your inner thighs? Come. What am I putting on? What setting am I putting on? I'm putting on a red and a blue. So Jen asks a great question. Now, I'll get you in, Stacy. I'll show how we get in. Jen asks a great question. Jen asks a great question. We separate the frog into two frogs, and I'm going to show them. So if you wouldn't mind pushing out with your left leg, I put one there. You're stable. I put the other one in here. Good. And I've got control all the time. Now, how much external rotation are we looking for? Just beyond the shoulders. For someone that's really tight, just beyond the shoulders is going to be probably their maximum external rotation. For a dancer, it's going to be a lot less than their maximum external rotation, or what we call turnout in dance. Now, this is your basic frog. She's in a perfect position there. Where is she? 90 degrees in the hip joint, about 90 degrees in the knee joint. Can you see that? Can you see or wherever you want to see it from, you can see it. Stacy, I'm going to let go, okay, with my foot. So you're suddenly going to feel the spring. Okay. Pushing straight out with your heels. And bend. And straight out with your heels. And bend. If I had a piece of string or a bar, her heels would actually be traveling along a horizontal line. It looks diagonal, but actually the heels are traveling along a horizontal line. Push. Right there. And then right there. And right there. Push two more. And do you see what I mean by horizontal? Johan, grab me a long pole just behind the thing there. I think that I'm just going to clarify my point. Thank you so much, Johan. Thank you. So if I had this pole here and go. Do you see what I'm saying? And bend. So although it looks diagonal, it's not diagonal. Keep your heels, Stacy. I'm not moving the pole. You're moving your feet. I promise I'm not moving the pole. So if you lose the pole, it's you. It's not me. Okay? Now, we go into the frog extended, which is a different beast. Here you're going deeper. And this is more like the frog, it is the frog, you would use on the short spine. So from here, you push out, straighten towards me. Take the legs out to the line of the hip joint. Go further. There. Now, bring the heels, bend the knees and bring the heels across. Don't move the carriage, just bring the heels across. Bring the heels across. Nice. Bring the heels across. Now, she opened her turnout too big. So now you've got to keep this there. Right there. Right there. Right there. So, pushing out. Good. From there, she keeps her feet at the same height. She wants to drop her legs. So she mustn't drop her legs. That's where she ended her frog, right? She keeps her legs at the same height. Now, bend the knees and bring the heels across. And push. And opening out. Don't drop. And take the knees back. Think of the knees going more towards your shoulders. More towards your shoulders. So you're opening a little wide. There. And in, bring them across, bring them across, bring them across. And push. This is why it's a more advanced move. This one, when I created it, it was only for advanced people. In fact, I used it mainly with dancers and gymnasts. But over the years, more and more people wanted to do it. But because of that, it's also become more and more diluted. This is a really intricate move, this one. Keep the legs high. There, where they are now. Where they are now. Good. Now, bend your knees and this is good. Bring the heels across. Bring the heels across. Bring the heels across. Good. Bring the heels across. You're feeling your adduct. Now your knees are really good. Bring the heels across. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. That was a really good one, Stacy. And so you see her knees now, Jen. Now they were in a good position. And then don't drop. There we go. Now, bend. Yes. No, you started opening too wide again. Too much external rotation. That's it. Now bring the heels together. Bring the heels together. Bring the heels together. Bend a little more. Bring the heels together. There. Now we've got the other direction to do. So now you go out and then squeeze. And then bend. Don't open too wide with the external rotation. That's it, right there. And then feeling your inner thighs. And then go. Nice, Stacy. Nice, Stacy. Nice, Stacy. Nice, Stacy. Nice, Stacy. And bend. You can open out just slightly more. There. And here, micro bend your knees. Micro bend. That's too much. Micro bend, I hardly want to see it. It's just to engage your hamstrings. And now go. And bend. Is it clear? It's an intricate exercise, this one. Very intricate. Very intricate. A good measure is when the legs go in and out, keep the carriage still. That's a really good measure. And then go. Look, this direction's looking good. You're wanting to go up though. So you've got to keep those hamstrings engaged. I'm sure you're feeling your inner thighs though. And in. Don't go high. Don't go high. Don't go high. That's it. That's it. And then in. And then we take it out. Yes. Did you want to ask something while she's here?
So when she's going into the extended wide position, it looks like she's externally rotating and flexing a little bit more.
She shouldn't.
Okay.
The degree of external rotation should remain constant throughout. Because the problem is here, you've got more external rotation with bent knees than with straight knees. So we don't want to fluctuate. That's the problem, is people bend their knees and their knees open all the way out. And then as the knees straighten, the external rotation comes in because you've got less external rotation with straight legs. So you want to keep the degree of external rotation constant throughout. The other thing, what was your question?
It looked like, so when she was doing extended grab, she pushed out, and then when she opened the legs out, she's staying on the thing, but it looked like she was hip flexing to get her feet to her final end and said, so you're supposed to hip flex and
You do. You do.
Okay.
You do. You do. You do. You have to. And that's why this frog, you remember I said this frog has more hip flexion than the regular frog. The basic frog 90-degree hip flexion. This one, more hip flexion.
And as you come out, so you're straight and you're flexing, externally rotating to achieve that.
Maintaining the external rotation that you've already got.
And then hold that to bring it in.
Yes.
Then you set your flexion to the flexion you started with.
Yes. Yes. The one place where I felt Stacy was losing it, so just remember that you're keeping the same degree of external rotation all the time, but yes, you will go into hip flexion. You will go into beyond 90 degrees, probably to about 110 degrees. Yeah, exactly. And she's good now. She's looking really good. Now come out. The one I want her to do for me is the openings, because that's the one that I feel she may be missing. So now go out. What happened to her feet? They dropped. Come in again, Stacy. You see this? Now watch here, another way of measuring this. Basically what I'm saying is the feet should travel along this horizontal plane. Another way of measuring it is right now, her feet are this, say that's 3 foot. At any time in space that I measure her, those feet should be 3 foot off the ground. That's what I want. Okay, I'm going to test you. Let me see where you are. Come a bit lower. Okay, right there. That's where your heel is. I'm going to stop you at any given time. Go. Stop. Go. Stop. You're dropped. Lift your legs a little. There. Go a little further. Stop. And then come in. So that is the basis. Go, 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 stop. Yes, so she came into that exact. That's what we want. And that is the basis of the frog extended. You need to have nailed that. Because the tendency is to go from here and drop the legs to here. If you do that, the frog extended will never be right. You set it up by keeping that same height throughout.